What is up, guys? Trizzle Trey with TrizzTech&Electronix. In this video, I'm here to unbox the Google Play Edition Moto G. Now, just a few weeks ago, Motorola released the original version of this device for a very affordable $179, and it got all kinds of superhuman press. Well, now this one is even a little bit more special, and the reason why is because it's running a stock vanilla version of Android 4.4 KitKat right out of the packaging, since it is a Google Play Edition device. And you're not losing any of that $179 off contract. That is exactly how much this little beast costs. Now I know what you're thinking, for that super affordable price, did they skimp out on specifications? Well, a little bit, but it's still rocking a 1.2 GHz quad-core Snapdragon 400 chipset with a 4.5-inch 720p HD display for an effective pixel density of 329 ppi, which puts it right on par with the Apple iPhone 5S as far as screen resolution is concerned. Now with that said, let's go ahead and cut this thing open with the handy-dandy unboxing knife to flip this thing back and go ahead and expose the Google Play Edition Moto G. Now just looking at it right out of the packaging very briefly, from my first impressions it does look very similar to its bigger brother, the Moto X. Let's move it off to the side and get through the rest of the very minimalistic riffraff here in the packaging. And the first part of that riffraff is your micro USB to USB charging and sync cable. Very minimalistic, not much to it. And the only other thing in the packaging is the documentation. This thing doesn't even come with a charging brick. It just comes with this documentation here. It's got your warranty information, a thing showing you how to pop the backplate off of this device since that's where the SIM card lays, as well as a get started guide in both English and in Spanish. And with that said, let's go ahead and bring on the star of the show, the Moto G Google Play Edition. So this thing looks exactly like the original Moto G from Motorola. The only difference is it's all under the hood. It's running 4.4 KitKat, looks very similar to the Moto X, very minimalistic device. Now this is probably one of the most satisfying sounds in tech, right here. Oh, that was kind of underwhelming, but what do you say? Pulling that back, usually a little bit more overwhelming. Anyway, here is the Google Play Edition Moto G. We're going to go ahead and take a little bit of a hardware tour here, starting off with the right-hand side of the device, which has your sleep, wake, and power button, as well as your volume rocker. Very good. They do feel a little bit of play. They have a little bit of play in them, but they still do look pretty decent. There is absolutely nothing on the left-hand side of this device. On the top, you have your 3.5mm headphone jack, as well as your secondary microphone. On the bottom, you have your primary microphone, as well as your micro USB charging port. If we move it over to the front of the device, you have your 1.3 megapixel front-facing camera, as well as your earpiece speaker. If we flip it around to the back, you have your 5 megapixel 720p shooting rear-facing camera, your LED flash, your Motorola branding with that little dimple in it, as well as your rear-facing speaker. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and boot this thing up. I have it running at 2.5 times the normal speed. So once it does boot off, I'm going to pull it off camera to go ahead and boot it up with all of my apps and everything, so we can take a little bit of a closer look at the UI very, very quickly. Now here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is what the Moto G Google Play Edition looks like when it's all booted up. It is very, very smooth. It's actually a lot more smooth than I was actually really intending it to be. I didn't think that it would be as snappy and as quick as it is. That Android 4.4 KitKat really can run unbelievably smooth on a lower tier device. It does run very well. As you see here, I'm launching the camera app, which was probably one of the most demanding apps in the Nexus 5, which is also rocking stock Android, of course, 4.4 KitKat. As you see here, the front-facing 1.3 megapixel camera looks good. The rear-facing 5 megapixel 720p shooting camera looks good. This is my living room, kitchen area. My youngest son, Logan, is asleep on the couch there. But as you can see here, it's not moving around, not lagging at all. Very, very impressed with that. The other thing is the multitasking menu. It kills apps super quick. There's no lagging, nothing. So that was my quick look at the UI. We will be taking a much closer look at this device over the next few days. I'm going to be putting this thing through a little bit more paces than I normally do. And I'm actually going to hold out a little bit longer and giving you guys my review, because I want to see how this thing holds up over time, to see if it slows down at all. I am very interested in this thing since it is so cheap and it is decently spec'd. So I do really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up. Drop me a comment in the comment section below letting me know what you want to see with this device. Hope you guys are subscribed, and I'll be seeing you guys real soon.